Now this is just crazy, but I've already heard of stories like this happening right here in America, and quite a few times, more than once, absolutely. So subscriber sent me a message in Miami, from Miami Shores, Florida. And she says, my husband and I have just filed a lawsuit against our city, Miami Shores, Florida, for prohibiting us from growing vegetables in our front yard. The Institute for Justice is our legal representative, and their website is ij.org, and then /fi veggies, where you can find information on our case under Food Freedom Initiative. We hope to bring wide public attention to this case, as many people throughout the U.S. are facing the same issues within their cities. If it is okay with you and you feel comfortable doing so, could you please give a shout out to the Institute for Justice on one of your videos without mentioning my YouTube ID? I'm just one of your subscribers. So, yes, I am mentioning that right now. It is video worthy because who in the hell, I mean, it's just getting so, it's making me so sick to my stomach. Who in the hell do these people think they are? Trying to control everyone else. It's nothing but a bunch of control freaks. And it's always either a city government, state government, or federal government. So it's just government always. It's like they're the parent, we're the child, they know best, even though the child, us, votes for them into office to represent us because we feel like they are one of us, so they'll do a good job representing us, and then they get that power, and then we find out, well, I don't like that guy anymore, or girl. They're not doing, oh my God, I can't grow vegetables in my own yard because it's the front yard? Well, we know what's best. We think we don't want to see vegetables and stuff. Whoa, wait a minute. What do you mean? What's this we stuff? This is my house, my front yard that I own. It is private property, one of our unbelievably awesome rights under the U.S. Constitution. So then they try to manipulate it. Well, it's kind of a county ordinance. It's just a, it's kind of a, they give it some dumb name, whatever it is. And you can't even grow vegetables in your own front yard. And this is right here in the state that I live in, Florida. They're in Miami Shores. I'm in the Tampa area. Unbelievable. So, rather than get in trouble and get fined, you got to file a lawsuit. So at least they're using this place I just mentioned that is helping them do this, file the lawsuit. Because the average citizen, that's what the government knows. They know that the average citizen, there's not a chance in hell average citizen's going to go file their own lawsuit and just handle business. The average citizen doesn't even know the first step in filing your own lawsuit. You can absolutely do it, and as a matter of fact, you can do it just as well as a lawyer can if you know the proper steps. And people think, oh, I got to have a lawyer, they're just so smart. No, they're not. All they're going to do is look for case law. In other words, another court case that already happened in a similar situation where the person won. Once you have the case law, you're pretty much golden, because during your trial, before you even get to trial, as a matter of fact, most of the time when your lawyer's filing an answer to them and they're filing an answer back to you, and the court sees it, of course, you file it to the court and the other party, they're going to see, oh, this guy's already got case law. This guy has already got case law that shows this other county or city tried to do this crap, lost. And then the city's going to say, let's withdraw the lawsuit. In other words, they're not withdrawing the lawsuit because they didn't bring it. The person brought the lawsuit. Let's just say, right? So they'll contact that person. Listen, we concede to what you're doing, and we're going to go ahead and remove that ordinance, or however they put it in there. It's usually ordinance. We're going to go ahead and remove that ordinance. Or they'll just tell the person, you no longer have to abide by that. We're just going to drop the case. That way, they'll say, well, this is just one person. Because if we go to court and actually lose, and a judgment is granted to the other party, the citizen, then we can't continue doing this to other people. It has to be completely wiped out. The law or the ordinance has to go away. Believe me, it's not a law. It has to be an ordinance because laws are set to the state of Florida, not Miami Shores only. So it's obviously an ordinance within the city. Same kind of ordinance that all the cities, all the counties in the entire state of Florida were doing a while back, which was when you go to a park and it says, no roller skating, no drinking alcohol, no this, no that. One of those was no firearms, no guns. And the state of Florida struck that down and said you can have these ordinances for certain things, but you cannot have an ordinance that stops the Second Amendment. So if someone is lawfully allowed to carry a firearm, concealed carry in Florida is how we do it, they're allowed to conceal carry inside of a park. In any city or county that is still putting signs up that says no weapons, you will be fined X amount of dollars per month, that if a complaint comes in or whatever, until you remove the sign or that section of the sign that says no guns. It's an ordinance, but you can't have an ordinance that you people in the city council, I say you people as if one of them's even my subscriber, in any city council, but these people in the city councils, same attitude as Washington, D.C. We know what's best. It's our city. No, it's not your city. It's all of our cities. And as a matter of fact, since the majority rules, as we're told, it's more of our city than yours because the citizens outnumber you guys. There's like 6 or 8 of you guys, and there's, millions of us. But again, you give these guys power, then they're in there, they're making all these rule changes and ordinances and things, and the next thing you know, you're like, whoa, what the hell is going on? Most people don't even know it because most people don't want to even grow a vegetable garden in their front yard or backyard. So the average person is not going to know this. And since the average person doesn't know this, the sneaky government, Miami Shores government, is going to stealthily put in some little ordinance under the radar. No one's going to really know about it because, well, no one grows vegetables in their front yard anyways. It's just the backyard. And we want to keep our houses looking beautiful and, picture perfect, stand in a straight line, right? They got to have it exactly the same everywhere. If it's your house, if it's your private property, you should be able to do whatever the hell you want. So I commend this lady and her husband for fighting these bastards, because that's what it's going to take. I'm hoping that this institution or whatever that group was that is filing the lawsuit for her, I'm hoping they kind of do this stuff on a donation basis where she's not having to come out of pocket and pay for these kind of things. If it was the case, there is a DVD set someone led me onto a long time ago from a very skillful, intelligent lawyer that's retired out of Florida. He put it together. It's called Jurisdictionary. Juris, Juris, Jurisdictionary. And it teaches you, it has some PDF documents, and it has, I think, audio maybe. I don't know if it's video or audio. I think it might be audio. Where he explains exactly how to file a lawsuit, as well as if you're being sued, you can respond. Here's how you respond. Here's things, gives you the whole step-by-step process of doing it on your own. They call that pro se. Pro space se. You are filing a lawsuit pro se, meaning I'm filing it myself, no lawyer. Or I am answering a lawsuit because someone's filing one on me. I am fighting it pro se. I actually started that process a while back. My mom and dad's house, when they were getting foreclosed on because of the same issues that everyone dealt with, which was skyrocketing house prices. They took an equity line of credit out. Their insurance between each other, just the two of them, was $1,100 a month. Their mortgage wasn't even that much. So pay for health issues, health insurance, or pay the mortgage. And they figured, since the prices are going up, like everyone else figured, we'll take some money out now, which went straight into their health insurance, and then we'll just sell the house later and break even and go somewhere even cheaper. It's just the two of us now anyways. Well, as you know, prices completely crashed. They couldn't do it, so they basically just had to walk. And I told my parents, man, let me help you fight this. And my dad was all for it, but my mom kind of stopped towards the beginning of me fighting it. It was like, no, don't bother. I don't want to fight it. I'm not going to fight it. I just want to leave. I don't like the neighborhood anymore anyways. A lot of riffraffs moving in, and that was definitely true. So I said, okay. So I dropped my process of fighting it for them, and I'd already did some of the steps. I answered the lawsuit properly, and I had a motion to dismiss, so we had to go into the motion to dismiss hearing, which I already knew was not going to be dismissed. But it's part of the process to drag it out and to fight back. And then you start building your case after that, how you're going to, you know, attack it, so to speak, what you're going to present to show that it was a fraudulent mortgage to start with, you know, all that stuff like they do now. But again, my mom was not having any part of it, wanted to get out, and that was it. So I stopped. I went ahead and I think in one of the responses, I think I said, you know, we're just going to withdraw and it can go into foreclosure, and that was it. So when you do that, they get summary judgment, default judgment. There's no longer bringing it back up. You lose. Have a nice day. Which is why it's always important to answer any lawsuit. And in Florida, it's a judicial state, which means all foreclosures have to go through the court system, and they have to be presented as a lawsuit against you. Some states don't have that. Some states, they can just file paperwork and go with it. You can still fight it. It's more difficult to fight it, though, than a state that's a judicial state like Florida. So anyways, I cheer this lady and her husband on, and if you win or they withdraw their ordinance, whatever happens, let me know so that I can do another video to show people that this is what happens when you stand up. Of course, if you lose and somehow they win, let me know how it went too. I'd be curious to see how they could have possibly won, and able to tell you can't grow a garden in your front yard. You know, how could any court case like that go and win? You know, in the city's favor. So anyways, take care.